Hey friends, remember we were working on this informative piece of writing, so I'm going to show you again how to edit and revise a piece of writing. It doesn't have to be an informative piece of writing when you're doing this. It can be any piece of writing. A narrative, for example, you're working on or hopefully finishing up on your story project, The Best Day Ever, that's due tomorrow. So you can use these same skills to help you with that. So when we edit, we think of the word cups, capitalization, understanding, punctuation, and spelling. And then revising, we think of arms. We can add, remove, move, and substitute things in our writing. So let's take a look back at the writing that I did yesterday. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and edit. I'm going to make sure that I have capitals and punctuation marks and good spacing, correct spelling if I know how to spell words now, and things like that. So let's just read through it and I'll catch some mistakes as I go through. So here is some information that I know about kittens. About and kittens should probably have some more space. So I'm going to use red so I can tell where I'm making the correction. So I'm going to put a slash there to help me know I need space in between those two words. Kittens can jump and play. Jump. I don't know why this is a random uppercase letter. That needs to be a lowercase. So I'm just going to make that into a lowercase j. Kittens have whiskers. They also have fur. Well, that needs to be a capital T. They also have fur. They are playful. Are, that's just a letter. That's not the word. I know how to spell that word. A-R. They are playful. Kittens are able to clean themselves. Those are facts that I know about kittens. Oh, missing a period here. I'll add it. All right, so I think I have all of my mistakes fixed. Now, what I can do is I can go in and I can revise. So I edit it, now I can revise. So let's start and read it again and see if I can add or remove or substitute or move things around. So here's some information that I know about kittens. Kittens can jump and play. Let's add a little more detail to that. Kittens can jump and play. I'm going to use blue this time. I'm going to put a little blue arrow right there. And then I'm going to use blue to add some information. So let's use blue. And you don't have to use colors when you edit and revise. I like using colors because it keeps me on track with what I added and things like that. I need to make that just a little bit smaller. There we go. Kittens can jump and play. That blue. There we go. That is important because it helps them learn how to be a cat. Added that part, and that arrow tells me that this part that I just added comes after this word play. Kittens have whiskers. I remember a fact I know about whiskers. Kittens have whiskers to help them feel. They also have fur. I'm going to add soft. Kittens have soft fur. They are playful. Kittens are able to clean themselves. Add how they clean themselves. Clean themselves with their tongues. Those are facts that I know about kittens. Those are facts. I'm going to take out that. I'm going to remove that word. Those are facts I know about kittens. I'm going to move my period back over here. Okay, so now my writing doesn't look quite as neat as it did when I had my original rough draft. Remember, that was a rough draft, the main writing that I did. And rough drafts are meant to be erased and written over and added to. That's why they're there. So I put my additions and my mistakes and things like that, I put those things in color to kind of help you see like, hey, I'm not perfect. No writer really is the first time that they write something. It's not going to be perfect. So that's why we have things or this thing called the final draft. So the rough draft is where you take your big idea and then you take your plan and you turn it into sentences. You turn it into your piece of writing, and then you use cups and arms to edit and revise. And then you make your final copy. So I'm going to do my final copy on the next page. Make sure I'm back on black. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy what I have. If I was handwriting it, I would do it in my very best handwriting, and I'm going to be sure to include all of the corrections and additions that I made. So here's some information that I know about kittens, and I'm going to remember to put that space between about and kittens. Here is some information that I know about kittens. I might have to make that smaller to fit. All right, and then my next sentence, kittens can jump and play. I'm going to remember to have that lowercase j. Kittens can jump and play. And then I added a sentence. That is important because it helps them learn how to be a cat. That is important because it helps learn how to be a cat. All right, then right here, kittens have whiskers to help them feel. Kittens have whiskers to help them feel. They also have soft fur. I'm going to remember to include that word soft. They also have soft fur. They are playful. Remember to spell that word correctly because that's a correction I made. Kittens are able to clean themselves with their tongues. Kittens are able to clean themselves with their tongues. And those are facts I know about kittens. Those are facts I know about kittens. So now I have my final draft, my final copy that has all of the corrections and things that I changed in my rough draft. Now, I don't want you to get discouraged if you get to a rough draft and you make all these corrections and you're ready for a final draft and your final draft takes you a while to write. That's okay. I did it fast because I've been typing for a really long time, and so I'm able to type quickly. I'm able to write quickly too because I've been writing for a very long time. You guys haven't been writing for very long. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with working slowly. Typically a piece of writing like this is going to take a while. Like you guys have been working on this story for weeks now. There's nothing wrong with taking your time on a story. There's nothing wrong with getting a rough draft and deciding, I don't really want to write about this anymore. I'm going to write about something different, and then starting over and coming up with a new plan. The writing process isn't really a checklist for everybody. Not everybody has the same checklist. I might have gotten to this informative piece of writing and realized, I don't really know a lot about kittens. I need to go research more. Or, you know what? I think I might know more about puppies. So I'm going to leave this piece of writing and I'm going to start a new plan about puppies, and I'm going to write some more. So getting to the final copy, the final draft takes some time. So I don't want you to get discouraged if it's not something you should be able to do in a day. You should not be coming up with an idea, making a plan, writing a rough draft, editing, revising, and making a final copy all very quickly. It takes a lot of time. So if you're taking your time on your story and you're really thinking about it, really making those corrections, and then on your final copy, taking your time to make sure it's neat, then you're doing exactly the right thing. So don't worry about how long it takes. So now you know how to take an idea, put it into a plan, write a rough draft, edit and revise that rough draft, and then write a final copy.